Kingdom. Welcome. We're going to start off with a big shout out, a huge shout out to Elon Musk. What is up, Elon? You see in the camera right here. Elon featured up a beautiful, beautiful picture of himself in some shades today. Very nice, Elon. We appreciate that very much. I'm in London with the Crypto Kingdom. We have a VIP level of membership. And Elon, yesterday we started off with me in shades. Love your profile pic. Very, very nicely done, sir. Big fan of all the businesses that are at nice shades, like the Doge inside. Very nice. I do have some Versace's on hold for you if you'd like them, brother. Anytime you want them, we'll get those together. You wonder about the what is it? Laser eyes? Yeah, we have some of those sometimes. So yeah, enjoy yourself, Elon. And remember, Elon, this is not financial advice. Right? Please understand. You can seek the advice of a formalized broker. This is fun. This is VIP. This is where we get together and we trade. We trade definitely. We got Gate Exchange is currently up here. I want to make sure that everyone has Gate Exchange. If we can do that, I don't know if I can put that in the chat. Can someone? Let me see what I've got down here. Let me scroll down and put that in. Just 1 minute of logistics here. Let me put in Gate Exchange for people wanting the 5x, 10x. They want to trade on Gate. Yeah, there you go. You got it in the chat room. We'll go and scroll over today. We're going to cover Dogecoin. We're going to cover Bitcoin. We had a bit of a nice rally with Doge, so we're going to cover that today. You guys know this is the place you come to for all the latest in crypto. We are a lot of former audio. You're saying audio. If we don't have audio, that's going to be a problem. Do you have audio? Check audio. Let me do audio check. Let me see. Audio check. Do you have audio? 1 second. Bring Mike closer. Is that any better? Mike has been a little bit off today. Is that a little bit better in terms of the audio? I want to make sure we're all plugged in here. We're all plugged in here. We should be fine on audio. Did some testing. Is that good for audio? You let me know. I can adjust the settings as we go through Bitcoin, etc. Let me know on audio. Bring Mike closer. That's what we've got here on audio. Audio tech check. I need a tech check. Is that good? Good. Question mark. Copy. Question mark. Let me know. You can hear me good. Some people can, some people can't. That's okay. But covering the fact Elon threw up his shades yesterday after we did the live stream, very, very cool. Very cool. Everybody's like, yeah, that's very cool. We got shades on. Everybody's like, what? London's on with shades. Yeah, we're on with shades. And guess who changed his profile pic to shades? Boom. Yeah, it sounds like Elon may be interested in VIP. Not sure if that's going on, but that's nice. We appreciate that, guys. We try and cover the best in terms of we trying to cover the best in terms of technical analysis for all your investments, guys. It's not financial advice at all, but we are excited about crypto. It's getting down to the prices that we're getting more excited about. I want to excite you guys about it if possible. We can look at Bitcoin, Dogecoin. We can look at everything, guys. We have a lot of people in our group that have been around Bitcoin. Some that have been around Bitcoin since $7. Okay, so they understand the value that is in Bitcoin. Absolutely. Big shout out to Angel on the top right. Beautiful, beautiful job, Angel, in supporting the community. He's currently at, what is that, about 8,000 or so? Yeah, 8,000. And let me scroll down and let me look at this. Yeah, $8,850, 8.85K. Very, very nicely done. Very, very nicely done. You guys are looking for Doge targets. I know that. We've been covering that heavily in the back rooms. You guys know that the VIP in the back rooms have had Doge targets for a long time. The name of the book yesterday, I have that book. Guys, this book is the book. You want to know the book? This is the book on Wall Street, period. You guys need to know that. The book on Wall Street, yeah. Just based on my research and dealing with some of the top people on Wall Street, technical analysis of the financial markets, okay? Technical analysis of the financial markets. You get in good with this book, and I bet you get in good with the charts and everything else. I'd be amazed if you have trouble after getting into that book. I'd also be amazed if you have trouble after getting in with VIP. You guys have that on your desktop. You guys make sure and join on the desktop. YouTube term of service does not like, for some reason, it doesn't like your cell phone. It doesn't like iPhones, things like that. It doesn't like that kind of stuff. So make sure you guys are plugged in with the right crowd in terms of who you're investing with. I met a few guys today with a different investment group. Boy, he wasn't very happy. He just wasn't happy. I'm like, why not be happy? Well, he had held since like Ethereum at 4,000. So, hats off to him. I know he's trying to do good in investment, but he seemed real angry at me. I'm like, don't be angry at me. Like, okay, we have guys that sold at the top, but hey, man, you got to take profit. You got to understand what's the TA, what's the technical analysis. Go to page 321, guys. Okay, 321 is what in your book? I'm just going to tell you, it's the top of Bitcoin. It's also the top of Dogecoin. It's the top of a whole lot of markets in terms of your analysis that you go through. Let's go through page 321. Look at that. You see that? You see the top of Bitcoin. You see the top of of Dogecoin. You see the top of most coins. Yeah, that's exactly like the Bitcoin chart. Let's just pull that up, you guys. You know that's that frustrated top formation we see. Look at that. That's exactly what we just saw in the book. Wow, carbon copy. Wow, yeah, that makes it a little bit clearer in terms of what we're able to present. Right, it's real information. It's real like New York Institute of Finance information. Yeah, so a lot of our guys have backgrounds with investment banking, highly analytical people. Yeah, so we try and have fun on Saturday. So we're having fun. We got Elon featured on the bottom left. He came out with the shades after we went the shades yesterday. Love it, right? And I hadn't been. We've streamed thousands of hours. Have not been. And you're welcome, Chadwick. You're welcome. We'd love you to join, Chadwick. If you haven't been around, make sure you join. Julian is in the house. Nice to see you. I know you guys are busy on a Saturday. I wanted to get started because we had some action on Dogecoin. We got a little action, a little bit of action on Dogecoin. I'll say that. And understand when you guys get a tweet from Elon, a lot of people think, well, he's interfering with the market. First of all, let's look at this full featured chart. Let's go ahead and look into this. It's kind of interesting for us to look at the from the if we want to look at the basic chart, that's normal for us to go ahead and just look at the basics. But we want to dive into the technicals. That's what we're into. We love technical analysis. Okay, it tells us we believe it tells us where the price is going. Right, we don't want to just make a blind walk into something. We don't that's not a random walk theory. That's what they would call it. It's a random walk. You can't predict anything, right? Who would ever want to operate in a market that we could not predict something on? That's just not what we want to get involved in, guys. So let me drag this over a little bit of I don't know, a little bit of a new setup here. Let me go to the previous. Let me leave that page. There we go. And let me zoom back in here. There we go. Edit full feature chart. There we go. We'll bring that up for you guys. Now, a lot of you have been dealing with Bitcoin or Dogecoin for a while. Some of you have made great profits. Some of you sold. Some of you didn't. That's okay, guys. If you haven't, if you need like a restoration campaign, let's look at this the overall chart for Doge. Now it's holding. It looks like it's really. We talked about a landing strip. We wanted a landing strip for Doge, guys. Look, since if we're looking at a landing strip, I think we have found one at least today on the chart. We experienced a nice move, a nice profit move from a target. You guys need to know that's from a target. It's not a random entry on Doge, and that's at what is that, about a 19-20% total move from a projected a little bit lower than our target. If you wanted to know from our target what was achieved, and a targeted entry, guys, a place to buy at, just a technically indicated place to buy at, maxed out at about 17%. I do know VIP that got involved in that, and congratulations on that trade, guys. Good trade. Yeah, nice trade on Doge. Elon did tweet, and he also changed his profile to shades, which is nice. We appreciate that. The similarity must be a coincidence, right? It may be. Not sure. What do you guys think? Huh? I come out with the shades on. First time I show my face in probably 10,000 plus hours. Yeah, so it's nice. It's cool. We appreciate. We're big fans of Elon. He's in Texas, I believe. What is it? Starbase Texas. That's happening. That's cool stuff. So as you guys look at the chart on Doge, let's we can dig into the fundamentals. What we would focus on now would be in terms of an accumulation. We always want to talk about accumulation. We always want to get into that, guys. We always want to talk about when is the right time to buy. It's not like we're bearish at all. We just focus on the right time to buy. We focus on the right patterns. We like to day trade. That's what we like to bring into the mix, is the ability to cut loose on something, right? Whether or not it's on the interim here, whether or not it's on the high, we're reaccumulating, in this zone. Now you're right. You're just straddled up along, and you're making a big show of the golden pocket right now. This hit down into this kind of yellow zone, as you guys can see this. Yeah, this is a big hit right now, currently sitting in the golden pocket, and it's just, a lot of people think that is like the golden ratio. The more research you guys do, you'll see that's kind of the golden ratio, right? So that's a nice spot to be in. It's traded a few times already. Looks like it's trying to regain a little bit of Hefe. How are you, Hefe? Good to see you. Hopefully we'll be able to talk to Hefe at some point. He is one of the best traders you will ever meet in your life. I will tell you that. He ran a show, that's Hefe right there, a show of 15 traders covering $200 million a day. Boom, 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 boom. $200 million a day. That's Hefe. He's about to sit down and play some dominoes. Let me know if that interferes with the audio at all. But we'll get him in around here so you guys can chit chat with him at some point, and we'll bring that to you guys. We look forward to bringing you that level of just a little bit different than the hype show, right? This is VIP. I want to, instead of a nice bottle of Dom Perignon, sir, may I help you with a nice bottle of Dom Perignon? Like you go to a club, so right now we're going to bring you like interaction with Hefe at some point. A $200 million a day trader. He ran 15 traders for 200 million a day. Yeah, we'll get involved with him. If you guys are smaller than that, if you want to learn some lessons, some inside, kind of the inside track, we plan on doing that frequently, guys, and we've tried to do that the whole way, right? So we got Soshit in the house. Soshit, what is up? Nice to see you, Soshit. I'm so happy to see Soshit. Yes, yes. What is up, Soshit? I'm so excited to see you. What's up? Nice to see you, Soshit. She's VIP, has been for a while. You guys, we get excited because we have back rooms where things go on. And Soshit, I was showing Elon came out with the shades. All right, that was so cool. Huh? His profile picture right now is on the shade, so I included it. You know, it's in the framework. We got a picture of Elon on the left, and I just want to let you guys know that's just fun stuff for us, guys. There's no such thing as a coincidence, right? I don't think so. Same thing with the market. Understand? Same thing with the market. As you look at the market, you think, well, everything is just random. I don't know when to buy or when to sell, guys. There's a time to buy. There's a time to sell. It's indicated. We focus on technical analysis, guys. We focus. This is the book, right? We focus not on just, crazy opinions, crazy ideas, getting people to leverage in huge amounts of cash. The VIPs, and Associate knows this, VIPs are always stacking cash lower, always ready for lower prices. Why? Because the idea is to buy low to sell high. Yeah, so it's easy, right? It seems pretty easy. Everyone gets frustrated, but all you need to do is buy low. Well, it did go low. Okay, well, it went lower. I mean, if it goes much lower, you get to the point, right? Well, if it, buy low. And if it goes low, buy, right? That's what I say. If it goes low, buy. If it goes, a whole lot lower, well, why don't you buy a whole lot more, right? If you are convinced, I say it's not financial advice, but if you're convinced of the dynamics, like let's say of Doge, if you've looked at the pricing cycle, if you're comfortable with the pricing cycle, it's going to go up, it's going to go down. I mean, markets, they tend to, they go like this. They do. You talk to anybody, they're going to go like that. So what we're going to look at is that dynamic of, well, it went high. Did you sell? Because you're supposed to sell when it goes high, right? Well, no, a lot of you didn't sell, and I know that diamond hand award. You guys are waiting for that diamond hand award. I'm just going to tell you, we had some good positive price action today, but and I want to bring this up for Elon and his team. It's a huge deal for Elon and his team because everyone thinks that his tweets are going to be random. They're not random at all, guys. They are not random at all. When you look at what he tweeted into, it's really a phenomenally timed, dynamic that I want you guys to look at. Let me bring this over so we can scroll into the details real quickly on the top of your screen. On the top of your screen, and let me go ahead and let me get this a little bit more pronounced. Let me look at the color, and you guys let me know if the background noise is too much. We can relocate a little bit, but I think hopefully it's okay. We have a noise canceling mic, a bunch of new equipment to bring you guys the best information that we can. I want you to focus on that top line there, that RSI. On the bottom, I'll bring down the chart on Doge. You guys can see all those arrows on the right. All those arrows, all those arrows are our targets, guys. We're heavily targeting Doge. You know that. We have a lot of traders. And shout out to Andrew and some other people who are very interested in Doge. I want you to look at the top right now. Look at the top in terms of the RSI. That RSI is a big deal, guys. That RSI it got to the point where it was on the daily, it was underneath 30. All right, so underneath 30 on the RSI is a big deal, right? That means it's oversold, right? We're going to expect it to go up. Now it doesn't always go up, but typically that's a very good indicator. The last time it was under 30, it dug a little more deeply into the RSI. Okay, it dug more deeply, and let's just look at that on the chart so you guys can look at your profits and say, well, is that a good strategy for you or not? Typically, it's an okay strategy if you're looking at a big time frame, particularly on a big time frame, guys. Let's look at the last time it hit. The last time it hit in that area, the RSI, guys, it went up. Let's look at that. Was that 50%? Is that 50 plus percent? 50% trade the last time it hit that RSI. So we would expect that it would, hopefully it would repeat. I'll say that in terms of the RSI. What are we looking at, though? The reason it didn't repeat, I think, is a big issue for us to consider. The issue, it may not have repeated. We are up against a very strong trend line. That trend line can be defined either in the RSI. You can draw your trend lines in the RSI, guys. Take a look at that. You can define your trend lines in the RSI. You can also, define them clearly on the actual line chart. That's going to be the most simplest, most common place you'll see them. But do understand you can draw them on the RSI, and that's technically indicated. Some people are not familiar with that. You can pattern out within the RSI. You just can. It's a common practice amongst people who trade frequently. So yeah, that's where that is. Let's bring up the fact that Elon did tweet while it was underneath 30. So that's nice. That's impressive, guys. That's very impressive that he would do that because it's in line. It's not a random tweet. It's in line with the technical. So that's nice. We like that. We appreciate that from him and his group. I would imagine he has a group that's in charge of that. As you look at this trend line, and we'll go ahead and expand back to kind of the majority of the let's say the majority of the price action here. As we look at that, you see this downward trend, this dotted line. We needed to break out above that. We did, except the problem with a downtrend like this, it's just going to typically, it's going to want to push. As you see that line just raise up, it's just going to want to push and push. This is what makes a descending triangle or any descending trend difficult to really break. A few did break today. We can go ahead and go through that. Let's say yesterday on the time frame, the charts have reset. They reset at 7 o'clock Central Time. You guys know that? 7 o'clock Central Time. And that's going to be 8 on the East Coast, 5 on the West Coast. Okay, some of you guys are international. We know that. And yeah, what do we got here? Yes, nice to see you, Associate. Any of you other guys that are in the room, go ahead and shout out in the chat. I'd love to take some questions today and look at some different investments. We got a lot going on. A whole lot going on, guys. You know that. Looking at DeFi, you guys know I covered DeFi quite a bit. I was looking for, and we talked about it a little bit, guys. When would it kick up from the golden pocket? And just to cover this real quickly, we'll get into Bitcoin in 1 second. Just to cover that real quickly, this is a nice move, about 20% today. It led the market for quite a while. We had to discuss that when that would kick up. It was holding out in its golden pocket, a lot like some other coins. We talked about Doge in its current golden pocket just in today. So there's a nice similarity there with what is going on. We have quite a bit in the green today in terms of after the reset. It looks like we've got quite a bit in the green. Looks like AXS is kicking it again, guys. It is trying to kick it up again. Oh, guy, I was like, really? You know, because it's been a huge moneymaker for us. If it has struck a patch here, AXS, guys, actually has really been a phenomenal moneymaker. I bring it up, and guys, on Gate, you guys will see the Gate exchange link that I did input here. And yeah, that's just let's see if you guys are trading. I'd like to hear some just some different input from you guys as you trade and what is going on with your with the entirety of your book, guys. What does your book look like? What are you involved in right now? We want to know definitely what you're trading. If you're trading Axie, you let us know. But look at that chart, guys. If it were to continue, and guys, it achieved a kind of a super cycle pricing. Actually did. So to see it back up is nice. Very, very nice. I like to see that without a doubt. And Sojit, we're so glad you're loving VIP. It's not for everybody. I'll tell you, a lot of people are offended when you talk about, well, buying low and selling high. Some people just, no, they're so convinced of the idea that something is immediately worth, everything now. That's the only thing they want to hear, about. If we can compound our returns, that's what I want to do. I want to try and compound our returns and get them, in the stratosphere. That's what we want to try and do. And I want to see you guys booking positive trades. It's just it's a real positive thing. Quick, OCC is kind of up. Sand is up. PDEX, we're going to cover the ones that are over 10%, just that are kind of flying off the map now, because they may continue as we look at some trend. Hey, what's up, Andrew? Nice to see you. Nice to see you for a minute. Appreciate seeing you again. And yeah, Andrew, I've got I have Elon Musk on the bottom left there of the screen, because we went with the shades yesterday, and he came out and he changed his profile picture. So I'll just review. He changed his profile picture to him in shades. I'm like, what's up? What's up? Very nice, huh? Yeah, we definitely love that. Huh? That's serendipitous or coincidental enough. We've had a few different coincidences. I've told you guys, it's just like every time I'll turn off the stream, we'll get frustrated. I'll turn it off, and then Elon will tweet right after our stream. I'm just like, come on, we'll be on for 3-4 hours, and then he'll decide to tweet. That's happened a few times. I'm like, are you kidding? We've been waiting for something to kind of break loose. Sometimes it's been nice, kind of core fundamentals that we've gone through. Some different things that he's released about information on the developer side or something like that. So yeah, so it hasn't been all just, we're waiting for a tweet. We don't sit around for that all the time. But we have to say we like those shades. We do like those shades. It's just with the Doge on them. If you guys have noticed, they've got Doge in the shades. It's like, stay cool. Everything is all right. I don't know. It's a nice message. I like it a lot. So in terms of that, Bitcoin has been a real frustrating kind of event for a lot of people. You guys know that. and it's just been something that what are we going to say about Bitcoin? Huh? It's dropped 50% of the value, other than the fact that if you guys look on page 321 of this book, it'll tell you exactly how you got to the top and exactly why you were there and exactly what to do at the top. That's just it. Real easy on principles of technical analysis. Just look on page 321. It'll tell you exactly what happens up there, right? Exactly, 100%. So, Andrew, nice to see you. Would love to hear about some of your trades. Why don't you chat up the room if you can for a second and let us know some of your trades. I know it's Saturday. It's a beautiful day. A lot of people are outside, etc. But we would like to hear about your trades. We could cut a few small videos, etc. But yeah, it might be nice to receive some input from Andrew. He's one of our key leaders, key supporters, and he's done really, really well in the market overall. For years, he's been into the markets, and we just appreciate having him in the VIP. Absolutely. Let me go ahead and let's see one of these trend lines. Let me make sure that this is a little bit stronger so that you guys can definitely see that. And we usually stream later. You know, I decide whenever I go a little earlier, it's just a smaller crowd. It's okay. I just choose to maybe go a little earlier sometimes to let you guys do, I don't know, the guys that are in the market. I know that you're like, well, we'd like to talk about, certain coins or some, maybe go through some different dynamics. Andrew today was using extensions. I really, really appreciated seeing that from you, Andrew. Just seeing that in terms of the overall extension work that you're doing on the Fibonacci's, it's hugely important, and not enough people use that, right? Not enough people use that. So, in terms of that, we're gonna, just remind everyone in terms of the extensions, it's not a hard and fast rule. Sometimes people will scale in as prices go down. Sometimes people will scale out. They'll scale out of the investment as the price continues to go up. We worked on extensions heavily today with Doge. You guys did well, very well on your takes on that. Andrew was ahead of the game again. Nice to see that. And yeah, we're not real concerned about being popular. You guys know, and on the I'm just going to tell you, this is fine with me. We can go to the exclusive portion of this, but I'll take that. That's we'll take that from here on out. That's a good sign. That's the universe kind of saying maybe we're doing something right. That's a cool deal. So a lot of you guys are rewatching the streams afterwards, etc. Not everyone is always right on it, and that's okay. We're covering a lot of different stuff. A lot of people. I know people are out on a boat now. People are having fun. Big shout out to Josh and everything else. Like, that's cool. Josh, what's up? I hope you enjoyed the boat ride, brother. He sent some VIP pictures in the back. He's on the boat, so that's nice. We like that. A lot of you guys are very focused on the markets as we look at this, guys. It's just, we don't have to question what is the trend. I know everybody, every day we want to get excited about, well, is it going to reverse? Are we in a position where maybe we could reverse? And, I don't know. Do you guys think, like, as we look at this, maybe we could try and turn back time. We don't need to, right? We can get into some regression analytics really easily. We can get into this, and it shouldn't be, if we look at like the standard deviation, that's a big fancy word. I don't even like to use it myself, but it's like, it's real solidly, we're kind of solidly, placed into this, the circumstance here. Like, yeah, that's the trend. We don't want to buck the trend. The trend is your friend. Within this channel, within the channel that you're looking at on the screen, we can definitely achieve a lot of trades. There's been multiple, 10, 20, 30% trades. You guys subdivide that even further down, right? You do. You subdivide that even further down and get into the nano, into the kind of the smaller level details. And that's nice to see you guys continually do that. So that blue level on top is going to be, that's going to be the zone, kind of the take zone. The red level is going to be kind of the entry zone. That's been that way. We divide that out into the daily. We divide that into the hourly. You guys know that, and that's just that's what we do. So yeah, that's nice that we're able to recognize here the trend. Now we can get excited about a little intraday action. There's nothing wrong with that. We did that definitely with Doge today. Doge just really kind of showed us what Doge was for a minute there. Guys, the RSI was low enough. I know, Andrew, you were watching that RSI, and yeah, that was just a nice feature of the day, just to have Doge move a bit. As we dig into Bitcoin, we can go through the parameters here just a touch and get into what would we say? Aside from this expanding wedge that we're in, aside from this regression trend that we're in, we just have kind of a foldover. This is some people try to get into different formations here today. I would just say that, in terms of the rounding technique, I know, Andrew, you brought that up today on Dogecoin. It was going through a rounding technique. And, this capped off, what would we say? It's a little bit odd. I'm going to say that right now, because what it reminds us of is the actual top formation, doesn't it? It reminds a little bit of the top formation that you would see in terms of a wave analysis. It does. It seems to have this arc trajectory wherein it's just it's amazing, right? I mean, it's amazing that it kind of represents the top. Now, what we had at the top, you guys, if you want to look on the macro, let's just dig into this, guys. Let's dig into this and let's focus. Because on the macro, we have something that looks like this. We have this rounding going on, don't we? Yeah, this is a big point. I think we want to make this point right now. Okay, as we look at this rounding technique, I have some wedges drawn up and around here, but this yellow line is going to be your price line. This rounding that's going on, what occurred after that? Well, and it's not necessarily guaranteed to repeat, but we want to definitely discuss that. We really fell out of that, guys. Look at that fall off in price, absolutely. So as we look at this kind of secondary rounding that's occurring here, it's just we can go back to the let's go back to the hourly. Let's go try and go to the hourly, and we can go back into this. As you guys look at this here right now, we're in this kind of this secondary kind of rounding phase. So that's a big deal. And I think that's a big deal as you guys consider that. That is, just look from the left to the right. Look at this, guys, because people are going to do this type of pattern diagnostic. I know you guys, that's what you are here for, is technical analysis. Look at the rounding technique here. You guys see that? Look at the rounding function right here. You guys see what we covered in the top of Bitcoin. It's just it has some kind of perilous indications, but for one thing, but for the fact that we do have a pretty steadfast within this zone, we seem to have a pretty steadfast kind of downward angular, I'd say, line of support. So hopefully that can hold. I'd say, hopefully that will be something that can combat that, because if you're not in, combat mode in terms of the buyers right now, if they decide to, take a step back, you guys can see that same rounding technique up here had a real dramatic drop off, guys. It had a real dramatic fall off. Now, if it were to repeat that now, if Bitcoin were to repeat that now, and guys, look at the top had this rounding function to it, that rounding dynamic. I'll get the trend line out and just go ahead and this rounding function right here along the top. It had that rounding mechanism to it. Yeah, if we're to repeat that somewhat, now we have some differentials in terms of the timing, etc. But if we go back into the 1 hour chart, let's look at the entirety of this. Is this rounding technique going on now, guys? On the hourly, it's very much mimicking the macro, right? That's a key feature of our analysis right now, is that this is going on now on the big picture, on the macro. We fell down hard after one of these. Okay, on the macro, we did not have this huge line of support. Okay, but for the next level, which was really charged through next level on the Fibonacci, you guys know that. Yeah, absolutely. That next level on the Fibonacci. Let's drag this down just a touch if we can and see that kind of rounding function up top. You see that rounding function on the top of Bitcoin? Yeah, that's nice to see that. So that next level of the pickup would have been down in here. It was a level that Bitcoin flew through, right? It flew through that level to its next level down below in the Fibonacci. So that's a big important point, guys. This is not being talked about, I don't think, anywhere, but we're definitely going through it right now, because I want you guys to know kind of that from an analytical standpoint. This represents kind of a formation which has just shown itself to us. Who would we be not to really focus on it like this? This rounding formation right here within the overall trajectory, within this overall downtrend, that this has shown itself on the macro, and it's had real I'd say not what would you say, real powerful effects as we drag down the macro to look at that same rounding technique, guys. That's just it's very evident, and we can remove these just for a moment. Let's get rid of the rising wedges. Yeah, those rising wedges are also very bearish in terms of the patterning. A lot of people who don't want to talk about patterns, they want to talk about fundamentals and how much they like something. Hey, we are long in terms of the entirety of the market. We love crypto. What do we really love about it? The volatility. We love the volatility. So in terms of that, we want to, if it's something, again, guys, just look at that rounding technique. That the force and effect of that rounding, it was really strong to the downside, guys. And it's just if you want to call it a reverse curvature formation, I think you can. Okay, if you want to call it like an inverse curvature formation, I think that you can, in terms of what we're achieving right now. It's a new dynamic that we have not seen. This has not been demonstrated at all during the retracement. So in terms of the analytics of it, yeah, this inverse curvature right here, we haven't really achieved that in the entirety of during the retracement yet, guys. That's a pretty distinct thing that we're seeing in the Bitcoin chart right now. And in terms of that, it drives the entirety of the market. It is the big boy right now. We'll say that, but Doge did hop up. It came to play in terms of the entirety of the situation. Towards the end of the market, I'd say that the end of the top of the market, Doge really had 2 or 3 days where it really surfaced and powered through while other things were frustrated. So this inverse curvature, I would say that is potentially dynamic if you're going to make a direct comparison to the top of the market for Bitcoin, guys, because it definitely did. It definitely had that. And I'll just repeat that one more time for people who are streaming. And if you guys have just joined us, go ahead and hit the like button so I know I can cover some pricing analytics that we covered in the beginning. If you guys would like to cover pricing analytics, this curvature formation along the top of Bitcoin is kind of being repeated on the micro. I don't hear anyone else talking about that, and it had such a negative effect in price. I would really like to discuss that with you all today in terms of what the downward pricing targets may be as you see this curvature. Yeah, it's literally just a nice what we would call it an inverse curvature. Okay, it's based on some different theories, etc., that are very mainstream, absolutely. But this is the first time that we've seen this on the macro, as this is frustrated to the downside here, and we've achieved a kind of a this real frustrated pattern here. We had a few different patterns. We threw at it quite a few. And in addition to this line of support, I will talk about this line of support being critical right here. We do have an upward line of resistance along the top. We can clarify that a little bit. As you go in between your different time frames, guys, you're going to come up with different lines. Okay, your lines are going to adjust every new time frame you go to. So to the extent you need to keep them perfect for every single time frame, and I'm a big fan of cross time frame analytics. You have to do that. If you're looking for confirmation as to the entry of a trade, be secure in that with every time frame possible. If you can isolate maybe only 1 or 2 time frames out of the 21 time frames offered on TradingView, only 1 or 2 time frames out of those 21 essentially is going to indicate something negative that we shouldn't enter into a trade, right? So that's a big statement to say, well, there's 21 time frames. Everyone wants the easy answer. It's not always easy to get that answer, right? Sometimes we have to do the analytics. That's what we do. That's what I do for the VIP. That's the level of what we say diligence that I try and put in all the time. So this inverse curvature formation, guys, this rounding here, it's very indicative of the same thing we saw at the top of Bitcoin. Okay, then it really broke loose, guys. Now, before it broke loose, let's look at the patterns that it achieved before it broke loose. And I say broke loose to the downside on the last leg of this. And you guys, you will remember that this was the time during which it was trying to achieve its new highs. Barely a new high, then it frustrated over. That 64.86310 that it did achieve was just a touch higher, wasn't it? Than the 61, just a bit higher than the 58.61, then the 64.863. Then we had this ultimate frustration here. Now, in terms of this, we ran into a pattern that was very indicative for us of negative activity, negative price activity being projected onto our either our holdings or our trades, preparation for the downside, or just holding for a moment. Typically we work with entries and exits. Okay, so either an entry is indicated or an exit is indicated. That's how we strive to achieve profit. We ran in from this inverse curvature formation. We ran into this rising wedge. You guys know that. So that rising wedge is what broke us down after the confirmation. Let me go ahead and say that after the confirmation in and then the confirmation out, guys, we really broke to the downside pretty heavily. So that's essentially what was accomplished. Now, as we look at this, just understand that this curvature formation here, this inverse curvature, is a big deal. Okay, so this is something we want to pay attention to. What did we run into last time? We ran into an ascending wedge. Okay, well, we have a little bit of time maybe to run into one. I'm going to say that we would want to develop the chart a little bit more. I'm not seeing that except on that last leg there. It would be around this last as we do the dynamic. That last formation there. We're looking for a rising line of support. That's what we would be looking at. Essentially, we would be looking for, it's this point in time right here on the macro where it started to define that. I'm going to draw that out very carefully. That's the line at which it started to define that previously. Okay, we don't have that much activity here to where that's really going on yet, but I would say I would definitely want to keep an eye out for that. And as we try and establish any other patterns right here, I would state that we do have something that I've noticed here in line with this support and resistance kind of phenomenon that was close to a bull flag. I'll say that we didn't have much of a run up, and it definitely did take its time on the way out. I'll say that. It's been very lethargic. Let's go to the daily real quickly and let's see what we see on the daily. I think that'll give us a better indication of what I want to talk about right now. This line of resistance, and Andrew, I think you've looked at this already. I know you guys in technical analysis have looked at this already. It's very important right now because it looks like in terms of this channel formation that went on, it looks like Bitcoin is attempting to achieve a re-entry into this channel that it had, that or it's right on it. We'll get the microscope out here literally and just look at this. It's a very interesting pattern as we would look at it. Very interesting, huh? What would you say? Because it looks like this channel that has been formed here, that there's an attempt for it to either get back into that channel or to completely, I mean, it's at the threshold now, you would say on the daily, it looks like, and these lines at the end, they do move, even on the daily, especially as you're in a smaller time frame, guys, they will move. So what we're looking at, I would say this is a rejection point. We're at a focal point for a rejection in terms of the pricing of this previously established channel by Bitcoin in and around the 31,824. Yeah, we're looking at a rejection point in and around here that could move to the downside. Okay, this could be a breakout and a confirmation here point of a move to the downside. That it could be severe, it could be light, but what I would tell you is that anytime you're looking at the actual confirmation process, sometimes that will frustrate in terms of the confirmation. It'll take a while. Then once it does cut loose, it can really break to the downside and achieve that negative pricing for you. We have those pricing targets set up, UVIP, you guys know that in the back rooms. We have all those pricing targets set up to the downside, ready for entry. Some of these lines represent those pricing targets. You guys know it's really easy to draw those out. You guys, just as a reminder, let's click on a Fibonacci retracement. Let's go ahead and let's draw a retracement just like that. It's under the pitchfork dynamic there. Then we're going to do the what do we got here? We have the, what do we have? We want to set this at absolute zero. Okay. Essentially to the baseline, okay? To the baseline, then we want to set the parameter for the top to 64,86310, okay? We get points, guys. It's like we get points for being accurate in the market. We just do. That's the bottom line. We do, guys. We get points for being accurate, believe it or not. So yeah, we do it to the decimal. Literally on this channel, we do it to the decimal just to make sure you guys get the accurate information. The retracements that are below, you guys know that we have covered those in depth. You guys know the golden pocket is below. That'd be really nice for us to hit, right? That'd be great. So it looks like in terms of the 50 percentile, we're operating below the 50 percentile. That's a frustrated event for Bitcoin. It's kind of a perilous spot for Bitcoin to be involved in right now. I think you guys would appreciate that. It's a perilous moment for Bitcoin to be involved at this level. Why? Because it's not maintaining. It has maintained its 50%. Anyone who thought that, you're right. Okay, it's yeah, that's there's no guesswork in it, guys. If we cannot rebound off of this 50% retracement, and we have gone under it a few times, guys, but that's going to be a key indicator that we're ready for the next level below. Okay, there's not a whole lot holding us up in between there. I do have one target price in around 20. Is that 28,549? As a target, kind of a hold up spot. But if we can get down below, I know a whole lot of people that want to buy Bitcoin at a lower price. They really want to, right? They're ready for the 20, they're ready for the 20s. I'm going to say that, it is going to do what it's going to do. We have people ready with cash to deploy at lower levels. We just do. So you guys know that. And in terms of your overall coins, like Andrew, what else have you been trading today? We have a light day. A lot of people kind of out, etc. And we can you can talk to me. Tell me what your trades are. Tell me what you're looking at. If you guys are looking at, some of you may have gotten back involved in Fear. And Fear is an actual coin that we're trading on Gate. You have the link to Gate on the top if you guys want to trade that. Let's see how it's doing today. Define is still kind of up. I don't think it's reset. Quick is up. OCC is up. Sand is doing well. It's just another one of those days we're kind of begging for price action, right? Not the guys who've been in on Gate. I want to talk about Gate for a bit. We can go over Gate. And you guys see these scrolling along here? These are absolute new coins and new launches on Gate. Very exciting, huh? I'm talking about new ICOs. The first week the coin is out at all, period. Delta on the left of your screen. Delta on the left of your screen literally achieved a 10x in the first 2 minutes. Was it 2 minutes? That's right. A 10x in the first 2 minutes. You had to trade it. Thereafter, it dived down, and then it achieved a nice trend to the upside. So if you're ready to double or triple down like the VIPs are, it's not financial advice, but guys, this is exciting. This is a 10x in 2 minutes. That's exciting. I mean that's as good as we need. I'm going to tell you, like 10x in 2 minutes. That's nice. As we look at the markets on Gate, I'm going to bring them up because a lot of you guys are trading on Gate. It's kind of the backdoor kind of VIP specialty. You guys are having a lot of fun with that. Let's look at. We got to the markets. Let me get to, and it has all this laid out: BTC, exchange tokens, ETFs, observations. Different. Just a lot of great things, guys. CLV was a main one that was traded very heavily, guys. It was a new launch, and it looks like CLV trying to get back in the action. It did take a break. We'll look at that. It's a nice uptrend, guys. It was something people hopped into overnight. Literally, I sent something to the VIP, and overnight they achieved a 70% return on any trade. And we typically will recommend that people take it lightly. People do something kind of nicely. Maybe a cup of coffee. I say, don't get burned too badly on something. Right. So, just learn to trade before you guys, if you don't know how to trade, people say experts only. They say, well, you can practice, get involved with it and make sure, like, if you like something, maybe you want to trade it with a cup of coffee, figure out something that you can definitely look at, and get involved at a light level where you can convince yourself and maybe other people around you that, hey, you can do this. You got 5-6 trades in a row. Maybe it's time to play a little bit heavier. So as we look at this, it's a little bit steep right here, I would say, in terms of CLV. I want to bring it up because you guys some people got a 70% return on it. I know Michael Gonzalez, VIP, got a 50% trade on that. 50% trade. Very, very nice 50% trade on CLV. So that's, guys, that's price action. That's what we're involved in the VIP for. That's why we're involved in crypto. So it's not your Bitcoin trade. Bitcoin's not going to give you a 50% trade for a while, guys. I'm just going to tell you, Dogecoin hadn't given us a 50% trade in a while. We love those coins. A lot of us hold those coins, or we got in very early with those coins, etc. So it's been very good to us in terms of the dynamic that we're looking at now. We're constantly reviewing other coins, other charts for pricing dynamics that we would look at in terms of as looking at the chart formations that we can develop. We're looking at that. You're looking at a channel formation here. It's a little bit steep, I'd say, for a bull flag, but I would want VIP definitely to look at CLV right now for confirmation, for a potential breakout. Set an alert. Look for a potential breakout of CLV above that line of resistance, because the move up could be dramatic. It could be a re-entry into the positive price dynamic has been upwards of hundreds of percents. People have booked 50%, 40% in terms of the trades. People that are in crypto and just want to hold. There's a good market for that. I think there's a lot of people who want to do that. A lot of those people got stuck at the top. Unfortunately, they got stuck at the top, and they're still holding at those levels. A lot of them. So that's a different dynamic than what we're really going to want to achieve. Okay, because we don't want to achieve a loss in our account. It's just the bottom line. We don't want to do that. A lot of people also invest in stocks. They invest in things. They have holdings, etc. And that's what we want to. That's what we ultimately want to achieve. So that's the bottom line there. And we're just not here to buy high and sell low. If you're here to buy high and sell low, you probably won't. I don't know, guys. And hey, look at this. Just since we did this, look at that. Andrew, I know Andrew trades Bitcoin a lot. So look at that. Now we do have a re-entry technically into that level. We talked about a potential, on Bitcoin, we talked about a potential rejection into this level. Instead, it is pushed back up into this. No one's going to question that trend line. It's multiple hits along this line of support that was broken through, and it looks like, yes, we have established that we're entering back into this zone. Now on the daily, this can move, guys. This can be something that can be very variable until it sets its point on the day. It's just letting you know that it's pushing into that right now. That's an exciting time for Bitcoin, for people who are involved in it. For anyone who sold at this line, well, they missed out on some money, or they played an option the wrong way. You guys know that. So we're not into options. We don't like people to necessarily lose all their money. I hear about people make a lot of money and losing a lot of money. That's not real. I don't know. We want a dynamic where people have fun. Absolutely. A VIP way of managing their accounts, etc. is just try and have fun. You guys know that. So it's a weekend. I hope you're all having fun, and we're having fun getting through the diagnostics. I do a lot of work in the background to try and provide you guys in the VIP with a great deal. There's Elon again. We just have to shout out to Elon after him throwing the shades up. After I had the shades on yesterday, I just think it's just cool. It's a very cool, serendipitous kind of cool equation. I don't mind it if it's popular or not. That's fine. I think Elon and his crew. I don't know. Something tells me maybe they get it. Maybe they get it. I don't know how or why, what it is, but maybe somehow, some way they get it. Small circles, sometimes small circles. I'll just say that maybe there are small circles in life, right? In terms of connectivities, etc. That's the way. Yeah, it's a nice dynamic to have. So yeah, we can discuss some more parameters other than kind of the technical dynamics going on right now, other than maybe the newer coins that are going on right now. And, in terms of gate, it's something that's particular to us. I don't expect it to be popular. People will not connect with it. 50% return or a 40% return or a 100% return in a few hours. People aren't used to that. People are looking for maybe longer term institutional holds. They don't understand practicing for day trading. If people don't understand practicing for day trading, if they think they're going to get in the market and beat people who have traded for years, some people have traded for 10 years and they're in this market right now. And people get into the market thinking they're going to win. Their idea is going to win, and they're not going to have to put up any effort or anything else. I just tell you, guys, that is not necessarily a highly rational thought. That's just not highly rational thought. I would say that people would get involved in that and want to do that. It's just not. We always want to operate in terms of like rational behavior. We want to operate with common sense, and we do not want to operate in any way, shape, or form with something that would contravene any degree of rational behavior, right? We don't want that to occur, and yeah, we just don't want that. So, in terms of getting into a market and thinking you're going to achieve, you're going to beat the market, you're going to win, we have a rational approach to it, guys. We work very hard at it. And it's not just by watching videos with different ideas that we like for the moment, and then we're going to put our money in or not. No, that's not the idea at all, right? It's just not. What we're going to do, and hold on, let me see if I need to do assistance. You got that? Okay. What we're going to do is we are going to do the hard work to beat the people who've been involved in the market for 10 years. They've been involved in the market for 10 years in trading, and everyone gets in crypto thinking that they're going to win. Okay, well, a lot of the people here have been involved in the market for 10 years. Some of the people, a lot of the VIP have been in crypto for years. They've been in like Bitcoin since like $7. They understand the market. Okay, it's not just a fly-by-night idea. And, well, we're going to get involved in Bitcoin. We're going to win. We're going to get involved in Dogecoin. We're going to win. The price can go up on Doge. The price can go up on a lot of different things, and you can miss the opportunity to sell. You have to buy low, sell high. It sounds really easy, right? Well, some people did well. So a lot of people didn't do well, guys, even when the price went up. There's some tricks to the market. You have to know when to sell. You have to know when to buy, right? You have to buy low, sell high. That sounds easy, but when you're up against people that have been doing this for 10 years or 15 years, guys, some of these guys are pros, absolute pros, professionals. So we're happy to have some of those professionals in our group. We're happy to have some investment bankers in our group. Investment banker Chris yesterday on a deal. Yesterday morning, he got a 6x, 6 times his money. Bam. In 2 minutes, guys. Was it 1 minute or 2 minutes? I think it was technically the entirety of the move was 2 minutes. Okay? You can learn to do that. You can. If he can learn to do it, you can learn to do it. If your idea is just to find a popular opinion that reinforces your overall idea of the market, those overall ideas of the markets, they don't always work, guys. And the stock market's gone through some really exciting, I'd say, deals recently, and it looks like I'm having a little bit of a hang up on the entirety of the stream here. Let me see if that is on one platform or two platforms. Let me take a look at this and see how things are going. If we are on or off in terms of the lag feed, we may have a little bit of a lag feed. I had to unplug something to help a friend out for a moment. So this is some tech work there, etc. In the background was getting to a different platform. Let me know that we're still streaming. We're just talking about the difficulties in the market. We're talking about the difficulties that you guys perceive every day when you come up with you want to come up with a 10x coin. Do you want it to go up 10x and then you want it to stay up 10x? Because very few coins will just do that as a matter of fact to accommodate what we want to achieve. Some will get like the target on Doge was $1. If that's the target and it's pinned there and that's in Elon's framework, I think at some point it will get there. I've said that before, and I think it will get there. But as we talk about the types of channels, for instance, I want to show you something out of a book, channel work. Okay, page 333. You guys got this, page 333? Look at page 333. You guys see that on the screen? You see page 333 of John J. Murphy's. You see the channels right there on the you see the channel right there on page 333. Look at the channel on your screen. Okay, look, you saw the page, book, and number. Okay, bam. How you going to beat the guys? Guys, you think they're that quick? It's all up here. You think they're that quick though? With the resource material out of New York Finance, I just pick the book up. Boom. Okay, yeah, they're quick, guys. The guys that you're up against are quick. We need to be quicker, right? Whoever's thought about it or no, I already know that. Well, there's 600 pages. There's volumes, right? So we focus on that. We try to constantly evolve ourselves in terms of becoming a dynamic trader. We just do because we know that resource material that we might be able to find in a week or 2 weeks or maybe a few hours. Now it's already there, right? So we want to focus on that and be able to achieve that just that quick, guys. I just pick my book up and bam. All right, that's just yeah, we keep doing that, but that's what we need to be able to do up here all the time. So I bring up that channel that we just saw, that channel formation with the resistance and the support. Yeah, boom. Okay, there's no bookmarks in here. There's no anything, guys. It's just okay. You got to be quick, right? You guys know that, and you can do that. You can get it up here, and you get it up here, and then you don't need the book, right? But you have to get through the book and through the materials to learn what the best traders are doing. Except it's still going to sound real simple. I'm going to buy it, and I think it's going to go to Bitcoin's going to go to $100,000. Okay, great. You're going to know when to sell. You're going to know the technical indications. You're going to know when to sell. You're going to think then it's going to go up to $200,000, and you're going to wind back up at 65. Dang, right? So that's the level of brilliance that's out there. We have a lot of you that are professionals. It's awesome. Whether or not you're blue collar or white collar, we appreciate you guys, and we know some of the blue collars can run laps with the white collars. Absolutely. Yeah, that channel formation, I just brought that up in the book because I want to bring that up right here. It's a dynamic situation for it to break out of the channel. Okay, we would expect maybe a confirmation to move downward, at least for the channel to be respected, right? This price channel to be respected. You guys saw that in terms of it's not just an idea. No, it's a very well respected notion of technical analysis of the operation of the markets, right? So that's important. So yeah, what would you guys say? It's just when you compete, you're competing with the best. We like to be the best. I don't always like to accommodate everybody else, but I do like to speak, because some other people will watch this even later. Some people in our group that maybe don't have the full dynamic down, and you guys do have that dynamic down, but some of that full dynamic, you may not have that down, all the way. So that's just something we want to definitely focus on, and I know you guys, you have that down. So as I look into the charts a little bit, I want to focus on, I guess, some different, what would we focus on, some different ideas there. I want to make sure we don't have any chats. Appreciate you guys hitting the like button when you did. We'll have how many people we have. That's just that is it in the VIP. We have exclusive written on the doorway. That's just about what it is, guys. That's okay. That is the name of the game right now, is exclusive. We have dealt with the masses. You guys know that. We have dealt with the other traders, with the other people or whatnot. We understand exclusivity is okay, guys. We want to form an exclusive group that wants to beat the market. And the other people who don't want to beat it or want to beat it with hype or any kind of other potential, no, we're going to sit around. We're going to learn from the guys who are handling, $100 million worth of desks and trades. We want to know what they can bring to the game. We want to know also what we can bring to their game. It's not an absolute. What we say, it's not an absolute. It's not exclusive to that regard. We don't want to participate, or we don't want to, join forces with anybody. That's not it at all. We just want to collaborate with the right people, and we want the right people to collaborate with us. And I think that's well stated. So you guys, this is the in terms of the channel. If you are watching Crypto Kingdom, you guys know that, and we have I don't know, we have a great group. We appreciate you guys sharing your trades with us also in terms of how you guys are doing in the room. I know there's a few of you that have traded heavily, and with the whole, I don't know, the Elon dynamic was strange. What do you guys think? Strange. It's not, it's not weird, right? But it's just kind of like, really, I guess so. It was kind of like, really. I guess it's just a coincidence. We would say a coincidence, right? Because y'all can't ever give me you cannot ever give me crap about wearing my shades. Deal? Deal. Why? Because that, okay? You can't give me no heat from here on out with a VIP ever for me wearing my shades. Deal? I put a picture of them on there, okay? On the main site. Is that a deal between you and me? Yeah? If we have a deal? Never any heat over me wearing my shades. Cool? Whether on the channel or otherwise. Deal? Deal. Elon he updated his profile after our stream. What's up? That's cool. That's all right. Weird, huh? Kind of weird, but kind of not. You have to think maybe, like Team Elon and Tesla and Bitcoin. I just don't know. He's really into it, right? He is. He's really into Bitcoin. I bet. I wonder if they'd be really into like the guys that are really into it, huh? That are really into the technicals, huh? Like more so than anybody else. The guys that like sold at the top or called the top. I don't know. If there's a group out there that called the top of Bitcoin, I think maybe, huh? I think maybe. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I have no idea. I don't know. Stranger things have happened, huh? So You guys want to take a look at the micro here? You want to delve into some gate coins? GATE exchange, gate exchange. Okay. As we look at this on the, as I kind of scroll, and I need to use this other mouse that we have here. There we go. I upgraded the computer and not the mouse. The mouse isn't happy. The other idea on the smaller time frame would be a push. Okay. But then you're disregarding the daily. If you want to push, you guys know I drew this broadly, or I drew it narrowly. Sorry, I drew it narrowly. If you remember the chart patterns, I drew it narrowly in the very beginning because I don't like these pushes that disregard the daily. Do you see the level of difference between this chart, which is the hourly? Yeah, this chart is the hourly, and the daily. Do you see the level of variability? Do you see the difficulty and the need to go cross time frame into 5, 10 different time frames? Because this is clearly indicated that we're on, we're right in line with almost. Now, almost doesn't cut it, right? Be very careful, guys, about how you draw your trend lines, about what all you choose to do. It's just, as you look at this trend line, really, and we tighten it up, okay? It's just disregarding this line here. It just is. And it's not something we would ever expect to be disregarded. Okay, that's why the hourly has just been difficult. I enjoy trading myself, and I think you guys do too, not on the hourly. We get into the, honestly, this is a mess. This is, honestly, it's like a different programmed kind of defect that is somehow, I don't know, is it a different, we have to bring up maybe, is it gone into a different pattern? Has something happened and it's gone into just a completely different pattern that we haven't really recognized or something? Can we just isolate this now? Can we start to draw different channels here? Can we start to do? I know that people who trade frequently would start to say, okay, let's get into some different pattern formations. Let's get into something else that we could recognize here. Yeah, let's go. Let's forget about the portion which does not match up with the current trend lines. Let's take a look at. And that's not uninteresting, as I would see that immediate that immediate kind of a confirmation and a move to break out of that trend line. That's not uninteresting to me, as I would look at the direction of things. Okay, as I would want to express, like, is this? I would want to thereafter define, because we do have multiple hits there. Is it some sort of a descending wedge? An extended descending wedge that it's trying to break out of? That would be the next kind of step. As I kind of we get into the micro, I start looking for trades, start looking for ways to to book a positive trade. That's the key feature for me. Every day I want to book a positive trade. Most times I will not stream to you guys, just so you know, unless I have booked a positive trade or trades. And I like to wake up in the morning, just book a positive trade. That's what I like to do. And I really don't like exceptions from that rule. That's just what I like to do, and I don't get into all the nuances of what what we're doing all the time, because a lot of it's really detailed. But the more detailed we get, the more we can learn about things. And I hope you guys have kind of appreciated the heads up that I've given you on some different ideas. But as I'm looking into a formation like this, I know that essentially this is, if we're going to define this now, I'm not crazy about this falling wedge. The reason that I'm not just wild about it is because it has a bit of a gap here along the trend line. I would want to see 1, 2, and 3 lines right across here along this line of support. That would give me a higher degree of probability in terms of my trade, okay, in terms of conformance with technical analysis. I could thereafter try and extend this out to here. Okay, I could try and really make a go of this, and I could try and do that, but then I have a larger gulch in this area, a larger kind of gap in this area. So it seems like the more I want to incorporate this into a broader dynamic here, it seems like it's just continuing to frustrate. But as I look at a breach in between, I'd say the primary action here of this channel formation, and then the breakdown into another formation, I think it does merit it merits our consideration as to whether or not we have, even on the very temporary side of things, formulated a new I'd say a new formation that could be I don't want to say exploited for profit, but definitely added to the list of potential moves that we could make in the market. So yeah, that is something that would be expressive of, and you would start to ask yourself, what would be the move to the upside? Right now, we would contrast this is we did a diagnostic, and we would do this very quickly. You guys know we open the book and bam, we have the answer in 2 seconds, right? So I'm just going through some different levels of consideration that we would look into in terms of the analysis to proceed into a trade. Okay, and we would do this we might start off on the larger time frame if we needed to. If we don't remember what's going on in the larger time frame, go down into the hourly, then go down into maybe the 30-minute, maybe into the 5-minute, and we would look at what are the indications for a positive trade. So we have this area in here that we don't like. We don't like that area in terms of that indication. We would also look at this line. This is a line which has been established. Now we have pushed into a few different expanding wedges, right? We have looked into a few different expanding wedges, and we would have maybe a cross indication in terms of the formation of the preceding trend line there. Okay, that could give us that breakout. Okay, so that's not a random point. Potentially, that breakout above is not a random point. Okay, a random move. Now we want to stay away from that random walk. Now, as we would look at the this fallout here, we would want to say, essentially we're going to be comparing now, if we want to get into like essentially where we're at immediately versus in terms of time frames. Fibonacci's technical analysis don't always love time frames. Okay, they just don't. I'm going to tell you. But in terms of the progression of the analysis, we can start off with the falling wedge. We go from the falling wedge. We go to what do we go to? We go to the expanding wedge. Okay. But then we go from the expanding wedge to, well, let's see what the next pattern of frustration is. This is me digging into where the next level of confirmation or where the next individual specific move from Bitcoin may come. Then I'm going to draw this in here, this internal channel that seems to be somewhat well regarded. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits within a very short time period. Absolutely. Now on the downside here, we seem to have somewhat of a frustration event here that I would want to look at in the future and see if this is going to want to be continually represented by these two lines along a potential line of support. Okay, so the more that we do something like this, I'll say this, your screen can start to look like you've got a lot of different patterns on there. You're going to understand when you trade a lot, you're going to get into patterns that look like this. You're going to get into patterns that look like this. So you're going to need to understand what each pattern means ultimately. For instance, can this be supported if we are in somewhat of an upward, I'd say a rising wedge scenario? Typically, that's going to be bearish. It's going to want to break down. Correct. So we do understand it's going to want to break down. And in terms of that, we're just going to want to, we're going to contrast that with the fact that it's broken out up from there. There are micro trades in here all day long, guys, for people who want to book positive trades. So the analysis that I'm doing, I want you to understand this is some heavy analytical work, but this is what people who trade, this is what they do. Okay, so the breakout here is nice. The fact that it's beating this is nice. It's conforming, and I'm gonna draw kind of the analysis is going to be it's conforming to potentially the overall the overall expanding wedge. I would say the expanding wedge more so than it wanted to, I'd say, achieve this downward nature, and that's to the upside, guys. I would say to the upside. I don't know. This typically, if you look textbook, I'll just bring this up, conforming to it, we would expect 1, 2, hopefully 3 hits along the bottom, 3 hits along the top. Okay, so that it's conforming with that, I'm going to say a fulfillment of the third along the top. If we can get down to the bottom, it may not hit. So I don't know. Technically, is that a conformance more with the expanding wedge? Well, it will be to the extent that we achieve the top line confirmation, and thereafter could potentially dispense with it later in the game. I'm not sure we would want to do that if we were to get into that realm in terms of betting to the upside or into that notion betting to the upside. 32,000 would be about the peak in line with this, about 32,000, if it could really conform. Let me say that, if it could really conform to the wedge, okay, into this pattern line, this higher line resistance. If it could really conform to the wedge, I think we'd all agree with that. It's probably well stated. So took a second to get there. Believe it or not, it takes a second to get there sometimes in terms of the analysis. But yeah, that is a nice that's a nice line for us to try and comport with along the top. I would say definitely that's a nice line in terms of and you see how we have gotten in from the macro down into the micro. Now we're still talking about some decent swings in price, like 32 to up to potentially, they say 33. around 32.7. We're at 32 flat right now, so 32,000 to 37,000. That would be a nice range for us to operate in. So in terms of the conformance with that, as we dig into multiple patterns, we don't want to lose the overall trend. Okay, and we would also hereafter, this is where you start getting into where are your take zones, right? And we've been getting into a lot of these with the levels of confirmation. You'll see a new take zone that is potentially established by a different trend line. Okay, now we don't even need to get to the rising wedge, although there are multiple hits, and it's definitely indicated. Okay, two or more hits, can begin to or establish a trend, kind of depending upon what we're looking at. This is probably something that you guys have definitely looked at, and this is going to be a frustrating event, more so though, and probably trump the rising wedge. Okay, so cutting across this trajectory here, you're going to run into, and again though, we only have 2 points. We only have two hits. It is on the macro. It's a larger. I'd say there's a larger dynamic to it there than there is in terms of more macro. It's more of a macro event than the smaller time frame, or the smaller what do we say? The more condensed patterns that we were just showing. But in terms of that, it's just as we go down to the microfocal and we do expand back out, does it have any more leverage or any more weight that it is a larger pattern? Probably so. Probably so. Okay, so that would be I would say on the aggregate, for instance, if we're looking at the daily chart, that's why I like to start there to kind of refresh my memory about where we are and what the entirety of the coin is doing. It's just important for us to do that. So yeah, that's really solid in terms of, guys, start with the macro, dig into the micro. When you dig into the micro sometimes too much, you can get lost in the shuffle. I'll just tell you that. You can get lost in that shuffle, guys. It's not it's just the only thing you need to do to get out of that is just zoom out. It's not a big deal. Just zoom out. It's not a big deal. It'll change the pricing dynamics. It'll change everything, guys. The more that you look at and that's a very interesting wedge there that could have a very interesting hit. I think you guys would see that could have a very interesting hit. But the more people trade, the more demand there is typically for something. You guys know there will be better price action to the upside. That's a fact. The more people that are trading and chopping and pushing and hitting along a little micro trades and little swing moves, etc., it has a tendency to frustrate. People have been wondering, how long will Bitcoin just consolidate? Guys, people have been trading this heavily. We've been trading this heavily. You guys understand, it's been quite the event. We've been booking a lot of positive trades. We've been having a lot of fun with it and making money. You guys have been very successful. You've been Angel had a $97,000 day last week. That was just phenomenally impressive. $97,000 on a trade that on a day. That's huge. That's huge. He booked a great trade yesterday too. A sizable trade. It was a nice move yesterday on the 4 hourly. You can just start to get a notion of, I think you would look at this and say, like, that could stick, huh? That could potentially stick there, huh? That trend line. As we look at this, the multiple hits along the top, the resistance, the multiple hits along the bottom, and again, we're trying to narrow in on the price action to where if people wanted to trade, I'd say this would be a difficult formation to it's just so tight, guys, in terms of the price action. There's such tight price action here that this is a difficult zone. Now you could still get involved in this trade, in this zone, in trades, and book positive trades. I know you can. I know for a fact you can. I know people in the VIP that definitely could get involved in that, albeit a small zone. I just know for an absolute fact VIP have no trouble at all doing this. It's just you guys are kind of built for that. So it's nice that you guys have found a group to hang out with, because not all the guys to hang out with that can do this stuff are willing to spend time together and kind of support each other and help each other. And I really appreciate when you guys log into the rooms in the morning when I just log in, etc. It's just nice to see you all doing well like that in the morning. You're from your businesses to your families to everything. We just really appreciate when you guys are able to share that with us and share it with the community. And in that regard, we appreciate all of your support, from Lars to Andrew to everybody. We just really appreciate all of your support along the way. It's been a lot of fun, and we have had some very successful, some very successful just some profits. You guys have made some great profits, and that's exciting. We've tried to provide the best analysis along the way, so it's been nothing short of miraculous, guys. You guys have really hit it out of the park, but it's not It's not a random event. You guys have been doing well for a while, so that's really nice. We haven't spent much time on the 4 hourly chart, so we can spend a little bit of time on the 4 hourly chart just to kind of look at what it is. Are there any different dynamics on the 4 hour versus the 1 hour? And the one thing I'll say, like, trading lightly in the beginning, especially with these coins that are moving very fastly, guys, that are moving very quickly. Like, let's see, with CLV, Club Finance, with AGS looks like it's moving. Fin looks like it's moving. These are just some really nice movers that have great price action. Now, AGS is a new one that just popped up in the last. I'd say let's look at the 5 minute. And just in the last few minutes, guys, AGS has just flown up. It's in maybe the establishment of a bull trend, 76% up to. It achieved. Let's look at this real quickly. It achieved. I want to say what is this? Right at a 97% move, 97% move, and about the last hour. Okay, so that would be one to keep an eye on. We would want to look at the macro and the micro on AGS. AEGIS. Now, it's one that has really frustrated. These are ones that I don't normally bring to you guys. Okay, I just don't because it is really frustrating. Gone through a lot of negative price action. I would want to do all the technicals. I just brought it up, and if nothing more, we can go through. Like, what do we normally do? Well, we'll do the research behind movements like this before getting involved or really involving too much capital. That's one notion. If you're just practicing your trading. If you're just practicing your trading, it should be very easy for you to get involved and to try and work with the price action. We work with, say if we're focused on something like Bitcoin. Yeah, okay, on something like Bitcoin is we're very familiar with it. If you look at something like I would say, like on Gate, and now Gate has Bitcoin like nobody's business, guys. You want to day trade Bitcoin? Hello, yeah, you want to day trade Bitcoin. You're not gonna get involved in too much more. Look at the different picture that we get on. This is beautiful, huh? Look at the different picture that we have on the 10-second with Bitcoin. Look at this price action that we have on Bitcoin. Currently trying to formulate, and we just get into this, and we get into the micro. We appreciate it. We enjoy it. It's trying to formulate somewhat of a triangulation, but it's not a perfect formation. It's probably an inverted kind of. Potentially could get into a cup non-inverted. I'm going to say it could get into a actual cup and handle routine, and that would be interesting for us to see that effectuated. But that's kind of a guesswork. But it does have this as we talk about channels. Believe it or not, in what you guys can trade on Gate, you guys have no idea, right? I mean, you do have an idea, but you have no idea, guys. There are people literally that have been doing this for 10 years. Whether or not it's on the macro or the micro, you guys know this, that are literally trading this zone right there. You guys know that? This is the minute price action of, yeah, you guys know that too. You're like, everyone knows. Yeah, absolutely. It's just that's common knowledge. Literally trading this specific zone. They're fitting that into, as I go through the cross time differentials, they're fitting this into the overall larger dynamic that's at play. Okay, and out of that, they're formulating some macro plans and some micro plans. So we don't like to just stay in the 10-second zone or in the 10-minute zone. We do focus on things on a broader picture, but this is an example of how clear things become on Gate, right? It's really nice to see that, right? I think you guys definitely. I hope you guys appreciate that. Let's look at Doge. Doge is doing. Let's look on the macro. Let's go to the full screen and let's look at the formation. You see the conformance. Essentially, it looks like Doge may be a little bit of ahead or behind it, depending on how you look at it. Bitcoin was just in this formation here. You guys saw that, the move up in kind of this a cup and handle. So it could be ahead or behind, right? The cup and handle routine here could be what? That could just be formulating the handle right now for this curvature formation here. It could just be right in the mix of formulating this handle. And interesting, right as we say that, look at this, guys. This is just instructional. Very interesting. Boom, boom. What is that? The cup and the handle. Boom, boom, right there. You see that? Boom. Very nicely done. That's the level of detail that you get on Gate. So if you're trying to trade on Gate, you're going to see things like that pop up, and you're going to be like, "Wow, this is a really great platform." It is. I've pinned the pinned tweet for you guys is of Gate, so that you can get on involved in Gate and trading on Gate if you'd like to. I think it will stretch your abilities as a trader, and I think that you'll definitely benefit from that if you're able to. Let me see. Yeah, nice. Ryan K, what's up, Ryan? Nice to see you too. Wanted to bring up, I have a picture of Elon in his shades. I put my shades on last night. I decided just to go with it. I bought a brand new computer, really high, top of the line deal. and I'm very happy with it thus far. Very happy with it. I wanted to bring you guys the best technicals I possibly could. Okay, so in terms of that, but I last night I decided to stream with my shades on, Ryan, and we know Ryan. He's awesome. He's like VIP extraordinaire, right? So yeah, Ryan, I did this last night with the full cam and the new setup and everything. I was like, I don't know if I should do it. I don't know if I should really get out there, like But then Elon changed his photo today to him with shades on. I'm like, that's cool. That's gangster, right? That's that's cool. That's all right. He's the you have to understand. What are you going to say? He's the guy from he's the CEO and chairman of Tesla that's invested in Bitcoin. Everyone's like, oh no, that now has the profile of him in shades with Dogecoin on it. So I don't know if it's gangster, but it's pretty cool, guys. It's pretty cool. Everybody's like, yeah, it's cool. So I like that because these are, it's not. I have not gone on the stream like that before, or at all, really. I've done some videos, but nothing on the live stream. So we love the fact that he and his team may have picked up on some shady business going on. So that's nice. It's a nice coincidence. I'll always remember that when I went live, and he did that. And I tell him and his team, I have some shades for you, Elon. Yeah, absolutely. So that's the way you power in with our crew. We're there enough. We'll figure out what at all. We don't need to know the level of interaction between his team and our team, do we? I don't think so. I mean, what would he be doing? Like, we have former investment bankers, we have former, traders, we have, crypto exchange employees, all this stuff. What would he be doing, listening to us? Or maybe he's covertly in and around. Whatever, whatever. Just have fun with those Teslas. Keep building us cars that go from 0 to 60 in 2 seconds, please. Please keep doing that, because we love to drive cars. We love to go fast. We have a good time. So, yeah. What's that? If you're not first, you're last. That's a funny movie, huh? I think you guys like that. So as we look at this dynamic here, you guys know that movie. That's funny. As we look at this dynamic, guys, we would like to just be able to let you know that this is Gate that we're looking at. Gate Exchange. You guys have the pinned tweet there. It rocks, guys. It is so nice. It's the nicest exchange I've ever used. I've used a lot of them. Like a lot of them. The technical detail that you accomplish on Gate Exchange is phenomenal. I mean, it is just awesome. This is on Dogecoin. We trade. I slam through trades on Bitcoin, just in and out, just nice moves. It's really, the diagnostics on it are really, really, really beautiful. You get your spread, you got your bid ask on the right, you got your entries, you got if you want to do a stop loss or a trigger trade, you've got the immediate sort on the left. Bam, bam, see what's moving. It's just, I mean, it's another level, right? It's definitely another level. So just wanted to show that to you a little bit in terms of how things are kind of looking. It's nice. So we're kind of seeing the trend in Doge is kind of let's go back. We have to go to the higher time frame. If you guys aren't day trading it, you're going to get a different answer, right? You're going to want a different answer if you are day trading it, right? This was the move up today. It was from one of our targets. A lot of people did well. I did tweet to Elon and his crew. I did say, we need to break through this line. You guys know that? Yeah, we need to break through this line. And then what did he do? He changed his profile picture after that to shades. So we tweeted out something. Thanks, Elon and company. What's up? We tweeted. I tweeted that out, and I always CC him and his company. I said we need to break through this line. That's a big problem that we have. And he came out with shades, with Doge shades. That's pretty cool, huh? That's pretty cool. That's all right. I'll take that. We'll put him on the front cover. He earned a spot on a front page VIP. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Huh? So very cool. As we look at the different pricing dynamics, you guys understand there's a million ways to lose in a trade. Trade lightly until you get it down, guys. You're up against some of the best out there. I want to make sure you guys are around for a while if you love trading, right? It's not easy to hit those buttons. It's not easy to program a computer and you're trading up and everything, right? That's not always easy. So we want to make sure you have a good time trading. Not financial advice. If you guys want to go heavy, go heavy. If you got enough backup cash, go for it. We're always big into backup reserves. Big time backup reserves. It's just that's the mantra of the VIP, and we appreciate all of y'all's support in the form of if it's just subscribing. I just say just subscribing or being here, but definitely you VIP members. We hope you're happy with Gate. I hope you're happy with Gate. Like, yeah, it's pretty cool, huh? It's not bad. We have more where that's coming from. There's more good perks to come along the way. I wouldn't have you guys as VIPs without a whole bunch of good stuff in store. Believe it or not. Believe it or not, I would not have you guys as VIPs without a whole bunch of cool stuff in store. So it's slowly being built. We don't want to rush anything, right? Anything that's worthwhile takes time. So as we look at this, that's what we broke through, and I was really excited to see that. We had a little bit of momentum, and then it really, you see that downward trend there. That downward trend line is serious, right? That's a big, big downward trend line. We hope we really hope we can break through it, guys. If we can break through it, that'd be great. We broke through the trend line here. I want to bring up this specific here because we had a prior trend line in this area. Let me make sure I'm using this new computer correctly. Let's look at this prior trend line right here that was broken through. And this typically happens in a downtrend. It's a very frustrating event. You guys take a look at the screen, look at your chart real quickly, because this will express one of the frustrations of being in a downtrend. We broke through a previous trend line here, and then we have essentially frustrated into another downward trend line. It's just expressive of a bear market, guys. It's what happens. It's not bad news because people are getting involved, and we don't realize this enough. People are getting involved in Dogecoin for the first time. I met someone 2 days ago for lunch. She's getting involved in Dogecoin for the first time. Now, what does she have? She has better prices. Yeah, she has a better opportunity potentially for profit if and when this pricing cycle repeats. So I'm happy that she's able to get a better price. I'm happy that people made money when it was towards the top. I'm happy that we were definitely we were live during that, right? So just to talk about this trend line that was broken, okay, it was broken up and around this area. It just pushed to another downward channel. So we are looking at this now in terms of you guys scaling in or not, or going all in. You say, well, the trend line has been broken. No, put it in context. Look at this trend line, broken. And then what? Well, we have another trend line. It's just indicative of the pricing, guys. You know that. You guys know that. And it's very much I'd say it's very much something which should invite you guys to play lightly. Definitely enough to experience gains. Definitely enough to do that. But as you look at your overall longevity and your sustainability, in the market, I just want to make sure that you guys are prepared for additional trend action, which is to the downside. Now, the last time it hit, guys, Dogecoin went for, I'm going to say the last time it hit in this area, and also on the RSI under 30. Last time it hit, there we go, 72% of a move. That's nice, guys. That's a nice move, 70%. Now, it frustrated. Look at this, guys. You paying attention? I'd pay a lot of attention to this. I like this a lot. Look at this. Now, last time it hit under 30 in the RSI. Hats off if you can pay attention to this because you're learning something in terms of profit. All right. So you who are here, I would pay attention to this. Look at this move. I have got to click on this every time I do that. I'm sorry. I have got to point out this move right here. This kind of bull flag right here. You see that? Yeah. Now what do you have right here? Well, that's interesting. We have to point that out. You see that move right here, this bull flag formation? Yeah. And that was a 70% move. Do you see this move right here, this formation? Yeah. This was a 70% move. You were under 30 on the RSI. Hello, Earth to VIP. Interesting, at least. Everyone would admit it's interesting. This move right here looks like a move up with a kind of a bull flag. I'd say bull flag. This move up, maybe a little frustrated, but on the condensed candles, looks like kind of a bull flag. This moved, we were under 30 on the RSI here, right? Yeah. This moved for 70%. This move, yeah, you guys get it, huh? Last time it did this, under 30 RSI. Bull flag. Nice move. Under 30 RSI. Bull flag. I don't know how you guys want to play it, but definitely not too heavy to where it's going to ruin your week. Not even, maybe a few hours in your day. You're a little disappointed it didn't work out. But that's something, if you guys have already played it, I know a lot of VIPs have already taken their profits. I know they're ready to play that bull flag on the breakout, but I think that's a nice diagnostic for us to do. Yeah, I think that's a very nice diagnostic for us to do. If you guys want access to this full time, okay, in terms of what we do in the back rooms, I just would encourage you guys to be more involved in the Twitter back rooms of VIP. I know it's an exclusive place, guys. I know we have a lot to do, etc. And some people may have made good money in the last few days. They're out partying and having fun. For all we know, hey, there's no problem there. If everybody's just out partying and having a good time, that's kind of what it's all about. So. Nice diagnostic there, I would say, huh? What do you guys think, huh? It's not a bad diagnostic. Now, we do know kind of the methodology here that when something does hit, okay, a second time in that area, sometimes it won't have the same full force and effect as this. It would be great to see it. It would be great to see it. Levels of involvement exist. I know VIPs who are involved. at levels that it would appreciate it. They would have a nice ride on the way up. Definitely ability to play this on the micro as we were to look at this. Let's go down to what's going on this micro event. And we started off with this. I hope it played well because we were in the golden pocket. And it looks like it did play well. We were in the golden pocket. Let's go to the retracement. We were just in the golden pocket of, let's see here. Yeah, and around wherever we would choose to draw this. We can look at the tape in the beginning. But we had, it's on the other chart, the one that is set in stone and I delivered to the VIP. But from your golden pocket, you're up already. Let's see. And I did let you guys know I was playing off the retracement, so that's good. You're up 5-6% right now. You guys will have your own threshold. You'll play this the way you guys want to. Let's see. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. So yeah, guys, I think this is a great diagnostic to go through. I think this is the if we were to have like the ringleader of diagnostics right now in crypto, I think it would be this. All right, because in terms of Dogecoin right now and this diagnostic, golden pocket, repeat potential of a 70% move with the understanding that we're still in the downtrend and that can be frustrated, and also the understanding that you don't become overly involved in your trade to the point that you don't have any cash reserves. You can't mitigate that. You guys in the VIP, your strategy is heavy cash reserves all the time. So I know you guys won't get in that position, but in terms of what I can, bring to you today, I think that's a phenomenal kind of technical analytic that you guys can hopefully focus on, guys. That's nice. So as we look at this, guys, I want you guys to eat well, sleep well, make sure that you invest in all those relationships that you guys are so good at maintaining outside the market. Let me go to this. Also, I did some research and we found out that error message, guys, it is not indicating that you cannot trade it. I found that out. If it's just not a mainstream coin from the information we have, that just means it may not be a mainstream coin. But I do think there is a withdrawal policy if you choose to withdraw it or something or hold on to it. But I don't think the point is that you cannot trade it. So I have those confirmations from the company. I want to look at KFC USDT is up just slightly. What is it up? 71%. Thereabouts, 71%, and it could be getting into a formation. I would watch this closely if I were you guys, just to look at, not in terms of anything being indicated right now. You would have to play this. You have to look for a chart formation, guys. You have to look for something. And it looks like immediately, this is why you wait and not just pull the trigger. Something's up. Let's go to it now. We would always want to do those diagnostics. That's case in point right there. Something that's up 70%. You know, it can go up and down just as quickly as you guys do micro trades and focus on that. Just know that we have the price action here for you. We're very excited to bring this information to you. And yeah, that's one of the benefits of our technical analysis. We know, okay, well, a lot of people would have seen it on the screen, just got involved right here. Go ahead and put the money in, right? No, we do the technical analysis, right? We get involved in it, and we're watching it jump around 10%, 40%, 60%. You know, if you're a fast trader, maybe that's just what you want. We're going to require some technicals before we get involved, even with a cup of coffee, guys. Even with a cup of coffee kind of investment, we want to make sure that we're plugged in the right way. FIN did pretty well. Let's see this. FIN did well. And if you guys want a copy of what I received back via a VIP, in terms of that warning message, I'm happy to bring that to you. We're constantly drawing these or deliver that to you guys in DM, etc. I can give you copies of that. So it's good news in terms of that warning. It's a mess though. You have to hit that warning. Sometimes then it won't show up at all after you hit it, or sometimes it'll show up on one or not on the other. That's the only drawback of Gate, is that it'll have that verification that you'll need to withdraw it within 90 days. I don't know why they want you to withdraw it. I think maybe, honestly, as I think about that, what would be the odds that they would want you to withdraw it in 90 days to get it on another exchange, so that another exchange would potentially, think about this, so that another exchange would potentially pick it up and start trading it. Okay, or try and facilitate it. Very interesting dynamic there. A potential for a play out for the expansion of the coin. I would say that. Yeah, for an expansion of that coin. That's important, guys. That is interesting. Let me make sure that this is. Let me see this here. Hold on. Let me go to here. Make sure that we're still live on this. What I'll say is, guys, in terms of that formation, I want to make sure that you got the information on the. Let me see. In terms of the live update here, I want to make sure that we're going to communicate that to you, and I want to show you the diagnostics on the on Dogecoin before we get into any of the other. I'd say the other. Let me see, because right now that is on the Elon page, guys. That's on the Elon page, and I want to make sure that you guys receive that information that we're able to flip over to There we go. I want to make sure that you're able to receive this image on the on gate. I want to make sure that this comes through to you so that it's just loud and clear. Let me make sure that the image is transferring so that you definitely have that. I have a brand new computer, a brand new setup, laptop, etc. And for some reason, it's not wanting to do that. Oh no, I know why I did that. Okay, I'm just learning this new computer. You guys give me a few seconds. Yeah, apparently the number one computer around. Yeah, the number one computer around is having problems with with basics. Sometimes that happens. Let me make sure that we may just be back on the. Let me see. I want to make sure the gate comes through so you guys can see that diagnostic. If not, let's just do it on the BTC page. Let's see if we can get through to the BTC page, and I'll do that diagnostic here for you. Yeah, you are getting through to the gate. That's good. So yeah, we'll get through to that. And you guys, if you did not see that, just to point this out again on this exchange, so you can definitely see this. The last time we hit this, let's just look at this again. The last time we hit this zone for for Dogecoin, guys, we formulated this nice, I'd say, let's scroll over to, let's see right here. We formulated this bullish formation here after the hit. Okay, this hit right in here is a bullish formation. It's a nice pattern move up, then a consolidation, then we started a trajectory to the upside. Okay, now we are into the same type of an ordeal right here. Now that move was for 70%. Right now on Doge, we're involved in nice trajectory move to the upside, a little bit deeper of a dig potentially. Let's look at that. A little bit deeper of a dig, okay, than the previous one. You would want to include that in terms of your trading, right? You would want to measure that and say, well, I want to include that because it looks like we're catching up at the top here a little bit more heavily. And the preceding the move that went for 70%, whereas here we've gone a little bit deeper. Doesn't mean that the move is definitely over, but I would gauge that personally, me, in terms of the deployment of my capital to that, right? That's something I would want to look at. And yeah, I appreciate that you guys are already looking at information like that. You're sophisticated enough, but look at the difference in those formations. But yes, after the RSI went to 30, we did, achieve a 70% gain. It's gone under 30 again. We have the same bullish type formation that we had originally here. This is how money can be made. Okay, it can also be overly deployed, and you can engage in too much risk. But this can be a move that is a kind of a dual indicator, a repeat indicator. So we look at technical analysis. That's all we're looking at, guys. We're looking at the historical pricing behavior and how we can incorporate it into the current and the current and projected, I'd say, pricing behavior and dynamics. So yeah, guys, I'm excited enough about this. Honestly, I'm going to probably cut a video on this and make sure everybody gets this because I like this a lot, and I want to make sure people get this and are prepared to either enter into, and we'll do a short Doge clip, and I'll make sure that is put out to the VIP and Twitter, to all the other individuals, and we'll make sure and push that out on behalf of the kingdom and you guys. Make sure you guys get the latest in diagnostics. And yeah, we appreciate everything you guys are doing. We want to shout out to Elon and company, Tesla, etc. Just in case, I don't know, the shades are kind of interesting, right? And you guys know the whole the fire in the eyes. I'm convinced it's something just with shades. I don't know, maybe the laser eyes, etc. But shout out to Elon and his crew. We appreciate the notion that maybe I don't know. Maybe it's all political. Who knows? Maybe it's all political. Maybe we're thinking too much. I don't know. Political. Anyway, you guys have a great day. You know that I am a former financial analyst. Yes, I'm also a former financial. What is it? Just financial analyst. That's it. Not broker. But what I will say is former presidential advisor. Right? Yeah, that's right. Former presidential advisor. That's right. And I'm not advising you in terms of finances, but I will advise you that those are cool frames. And I think, what was he, red pilled or something? What does that mean? I don't know. I was a presidential advisor, but I have no idea. That's interesting. You guys, as you look at Bitcoin, let's try and interesting, huh? We're at that line just as we kind of potentially, I don't know, as we look at this, and because I was going to kind of sign off potentially, that has moved up in line with that take zone. You're at that take zone. I'd be surprised if you can breach through this. It's going to have to be a different dynamic. I'm going to say in line with that. Do you see how the cross differential is played here? You're going to potentially wind up in a circumstance here. I would play up with that. And what does that give you? A very beautiful top off to this conversation we've had is the notion of a descending wedge okay, that's going to be formulated by the indicated by the prior indicated trend lines, you would wind up with the tip of a descending wedge here, which by definition should break to the upside. So if you guys are looking for this and you're looking for the probabilities, etc., those are just probabilities, not financial advice, but that should break to the upside. That would keep it within this overall channel, which if you wanted to do something along the lines of this, you're going to have to cut through a lot of lines. You're in another descending channel here. I did say this was a bullish indicator beforehand. It's just tough, guys. You're in the midst of a retracement, but understand you're getting into the micro to the micro to the micro to save, to kind of save the pricing. If it wants to go down, let it go down. We love trading it on the way up, and that's what we're going to keep doing and book those positive trades. I want to hear that from you guys, that you're continuing to book positive trades. I know when something's going up 100 or 200%, that makes it a lot easier. So that's nice. And yeah, we appreciate you guys. I'm going to let you guys go, and we're going to focus on this Doge video. I'm going to get that out to you guys, anyone else who needs it, and give you some abbreviated, kind of impactful information that you guys can put to work. And we appreciate everything. And yeah, this is London with the Crypto